I went inside the interview port. I attended that. They got so excited, we were just throwing questions and answers, and I was replying to so many things. We nearly spent about 45 minutes, just single person, huh? And I was offered even tea. Just imagine, I was even offered tea. And after I came out, I thought, well, I think I'll be selected. And surely I was selected. But one thing was that, one thing I experienced was that I had submitted one project report, and that day I don't know what happened. I mean, once when I went inside this, I started talking about another project actually. I started talking about another project, and this interviewers, they were so engrossed in asking me questions that they never went back to the project which I had submitted. So after all the things was over, after I came out, our TIC, I think I should call him as our mentor also, as my mentor. I mean, one TIC, one Lotha. He called me up and said, Mukham, you have been selected, but you have to change your project report because whatever thing we had discussed on that day, the project report you had submitted is something, different. So see, what I would like to tell you is that, look, any entrepreneurs who really wanted to do something, no matter what it is, if you really wanted to do that, if you really wanted to get something else, you will surely get it. You will surely get it. So that's how, I mean, even if the project that was submitted is something different, I could get myself selected in this. And I think we had a training, and after that, I think I was one of the person who had recovered it, So I think I can always carry the fact that whatever loan I had taken, I had recovered it. But that was around 82,000 rupees. So our youths, our people doesn't want to work. Of course, here, whoever are here, you all are very hardworking, I know that. But there are most of the youths, most of the people, they are not hardworking. They don't want to work. They're lazy. There are things that needs to be done, but they just let the time pass off doing nothing else. And forgetting that, it's my life. Forgetting that I need to stand on my own. Forgetting that I should be making my own career. And all these things can happen only once when you start working. But just because of that, just because we don't want to work, these problems are there. Most of the guys just want to join government service, just wanted to be there in the top, right? Just want to be there in the top. They just wanted to be, just ordering. And you know that once when they join government service, of course, I mean, there are very, very hardworking, government officials. But many people just wanted to join that because they think that they can skip their work, they can skip anything else, but still then their job has been secured. They know that even if they don't work, even if they don't do, at the end of the month, they know that the salary is coming in. This is one big problem. So, what we need to do on that, under that circumstances? What is it that we are supposed to do? Today, when we talk about the services that we give, today when we talk about the unemployment that we have, it's too much. Today, when you see Dimapur alone, we can see lot many friends from outside Nagaland that comes here and that they come here to work. The entire economies have been, taken away out there. They will earn here, they will take it out there, they will earn here, they will take it out there. They come here to work, but why are our people finding it difficult to get work, to get that employment? I think that's a very serious thing which we needed to think about. As far as the commitment part is concerned, we certainly have to see to it that, until and unless we have that commitment to work, I think everything is just going elsewhere. We are not being able to do anything else on that. When we talk about employment, I would like to also say that we are not skilled. See, why are we not getting the employment? Because we are unemployable. We are unemployable. When we see that we have a very good demographic average, the demographic advantage of being our country, India, having 54% below 25 years. Okay? 54% below 25 years age. And what we tell is that from 15 years age to 59, this age is the working age. And we have about 62% in India. Okay? And it is expected that next 15, 20 years down the line, 15, 20 years, please mark my word, 15, 20 years down the line, it is expected that the other industrialized country is expected to decline that particular workforce by 4%. See, we have huge workforce. The other countries are expected to decline their workforce. No? Workforce do 100 para 4% do idu reduce koribole. Holibi mogan India re do hele mane we expect that there should be a proportionate growth of nearly about 32%. 32% in that particular workforce. But iman bishit haise golibi, if these people are not skilled, what is going to happen? There's going to be unemployability. Please just tell me if just 5 minutes in advance. So, if they are not skilled, these people cannot be employed. Now, how do we compare ourselves? How do we compare our country with other countries who are industrialized? When we talk about a country like UK, they have about 68% skilled forces. You talk about US, they have about 52%. You talk about Germany, they have about 75%. You talk about Japan, they have about 80%. You talk about South Korea, they have about 96%. They have that skills. Even though India, mogan 20, after 15, 20 years, mogan the workforce beshi increase mogan skill all those things are hopeless. Nothing. Because we will not be able to compete our product with other countries. We will not be able to compete our product with globally. Because our people are not skilled. And we have only around 5% employability skills who has got some trainings here and there. So I think this is an area where we need to concentrate. If you really wanted to bring about the change in the economy, I think our people, our youngsters needs to skill themselves. When we talk about entrepreneurship, I think, who drives the country? Who drives the country? I can say that it's the entrepreneurs who drives the country. See my shirt, see my band, see my shoes, see everything around here. Who did it? I think it's the entrepreneur who did it, right? These are the entrepreneur who drives the economy. Now, I will patriots. We talk about patriots. Patriot do na. We have two patriots. There's one patriot who give their life on the line. No? Who give their life on the line. There are another patriots who give their salary in the line. No? And who is this? Who gives the salary on the line? It's the entrepreneur. You will not imagine, no? If an opportunity has been given, there is about 80-90% of the people who will say, no, I'm going to work as a salaried person. Because it's quite secure. You don't have to worry. At the end of every month, your money is there. It's been there. So you don't have to worry. But there are remaining, 10-15% who said, well, it's challenging, it's difficult, but I would like to have this. I'd like to be an entrepreneur. And you know what? How they face, especially at night, in the evening, you go back home, you are sleeping in your bed, and then, things comes back. There are anxiety, there are stress, there are things, bills which you need to pay, there are things what you have to do, maybe the resources might be depleting. Maybe, there are businesses that has been done. Maybe, there are something which is going wrong out there. So all those things are coming in. But you know what? Why? Why do these people then stick with this? It is nothing else but it is only because of the dream. It's only because of a dream. And the dream, to see to it that you don't live an average life. Okay? They wanted to have a life better than an average life. So with that one small dream, with that one small choice, they come back and say that, well, we have to do this. I would like to, tell you that my experiences as such in my company as well. I will not name any name. I will not name any person, but we are so, our parents, our elders, they wanted always us to, concentrate in government service. A person was working with us, they were getting about 40-50K, and one day, they came and said that my parents are forcing me to join government service, and what is the kind of a salary I asked. He said about 16,000 rupees, but it seems that's more secured for them. So I said, they asked me, I will let me work here also, and let me also work there, because hardly, in that government job, I'll have to go only for 1-2 days, attend the thing, and then come back. I said nothing to him. We have a company policy whereby you are here, you are going to be here 100%. If you are there, you need to be working there 100%. And ultimately, the person quit the job. It's not because that person wanted to quit, but it's because of the pressure of the parents that, they have to make that kind of a decision. So I think we, of course, slowly, the mindsets are being changed. The life that we have, I'm telling you, the life that we have is very important for us. Life seemingly will not wish to give success a space, especially for those people who are unprepared. Life will say, oh, he's not prepared. Taya, iku prepared na ito. He doesn't know what he's going to do. So why should I give success to him? Life says that. Life says that. Life says that I'm not going to give this to him, but I can give this to him. And that 2% differentiation is much. Life as such the design of life is such that, we are being designed not to get what we want or not to get what we need. See, very important, na? Mukhang life design kurado, mukhang ki lagya si ito dibo. Ito lagan no. But the life has been designed. Life gives for those people who deserves it. And only for those people who deserves it. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I think just one life has been given to us. Whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a government servant, or whoever it is, I think just one life has been given to us. We need to make use of that. We need to see to it that productively we should be able to make use of that properly, so that we can decide where we should be tomorrow. I just wanted to just make one small announcement here. Business Association of Nagas. We had been taking up some few works, and there is one very important thing that we are going to do. And what is that? The entrepreneurs, many of the Naga entrepreneurs, we are not very well versed with our financial literacy. So we had been planning, working it out with different institutions to visit all districts, and we are planning to first give financial literacies to all the the entrepreneurs. That is one. And many a times many entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, who cannot even get 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, especially from the banks, because they are not accessible to the bank. We had also been working on that. We are working on a microfinancing, whereby there are people that are coming forward. We will help you, and that is what we had been seriously working on. So this is my experiences, not only as a businessman, but ultimately we reach a certain stage where we needed to give back to the society, especially again to the youngsters. So this is the plan which we have. Ban has been doing, has been working on that. We really needed your support in case if you have any entrepreneurs, known entrepreneurs. I think you can even encourage them, because we wanted to see to it that the only thing what can change our state, what can change our country, is nothing else but the economic development. Our state needs that, our country needs that, and we all should be participating in developing that economy in our state. Thank you.
Thank you, LM Jamir, for your inspiring experience sharing. As we all know about him, he's also an active member of this band. And then, especially for a state like Nagaland, we need a person like him who will be leading our upcoming entrepreneurs. And then I would like to request participants also, like you can collect the points, whatever they are talking. And then at the end, we have question and answer session, and we'll have ample time to talk on that. So, yeah, please be ready with the questions, and then get your doubts clear when we are all here. And then I would also request the speakers that we have given a time slot. And since we will be giving you bonus time also, but then if you can maintain that, we will be grateful to you. Now I would like to call upon Sri Lanu Akam Imchen, the proprietor of Coal Mountain.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the Industries Department for giving me this opportunity to share my experience. I'm also here to represent ASSOCHAM as a member. ASSOCHAM is an Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, and it's soon planning to set up its office in Nagaland with an objective of working with various government agencies and departments on working on various projects and schemes, and also providing hand-holding support to entrepreneurs. So that's something that I wanted to highlight as well. Today I will be sharing our Coal Mountain journey, and through the sharing there are some two things that I would like to emphasize. That's been one is being passionate about what we do, and then in that, working to find our purpose. I feel that if we are passionate about what we do and we find our purpose in doing what we are passionate about, then we can overcome any challenges and obstacles that comes our way. And that's been true for us. We've been in this field for now about 9 years, and it has been we've faced a lot of challenges and obstacles along the way. But what has helped us get through is being passionate about what we do. So on sharing my experience, I would like to emphasize more on these 2 points. So my journey started in 2013-14, right after my graduation. I started as a farmer, as an organic farmer. And in 2015-16, we started our first processing. It was hand processing of tea and herbs. And we started that with just 3,000 rupees because we did not have any capital to invest in the processing, and nobody believed in that idea. It was something that everybody thought that I was crazy to even think about it. And as Sir has mentioned, I feel that the initiative that they're coming up with, providing micro loans, is a very good one, because when we started, once I went to the bank, to get 50,000 loan, and I was just shoot away from the door. So I feel that it's a very good initiative, and really looking forward to that. In 2017, 2015-16, when we started this processing, hand processing initiative, we had a vision. We wanted to, take our organic product to different parts of the world. That was one of our, dream. And we also had this dream, a long-term plan of, starting or having our own processing unit by 2025. That was our plan when we started first. That by 2025, we would love to have a processing unit where we can help more farmers. With that, we started our initiative. Pre-pandemic, this is pre-pandemic, by God's grace, we were able to ship our organic product, Nagaland organic product, to around 13 countries around the world. That's been, fulfilling a part of our dream. We are definitely looking to reach more countries, reach more farmers, help more farmers, and also generate more employment through this initiative. In 2018, I was awarded the best organic farmer in India. And then in 2020, we were successful in setting up our first integrated processing unit here in Dimapur through the assistance of Mission Organic, which has a capacity of 6 metric tons a day of processing various fruits, herbs, spices, and tea as well. Now coming back to what I said in the initial about finding purpose. From the very beginning, our purpose was working to help our organic farmers and also, the conventional and small farmers and our youth. And what triggered this in us is when I first started as a farmer, I was an inexperienced farmer. I started like right after my graduation. I come from a commerce background, so farming was not my thing. So I traveled a lot to different part of India as well as different villages in Nagaland, covering various districts. I was looking for solutions and help from farmers so that I can get knowledge and implement that in our business as well. But what I saw was that the farmers had more problems than the solutions that we were looking for. It was in a very chaotic situation. Most farmers were actually, especially the tea farmers, they were giving up tea farming and then, chopping off their trees and then planting rice instead so that they can have something to eat. That was the situation when we entered the tea scenario. And another reason what really triggered us on giving a lot of importance on the youth is as I was traveling, I saw the real face of unemployment, youth unemployment, and I met a lot of people, struggling people, a lot of young people who were educated as well as unemployed, and then there were people who wanted to study but couldn't afford, and then getting into antisocial activities. And one event that really had a big impact on my life is when I met this young couple, 15, 16 years couple. The husband was 16 and the wife was 15, and they had a child, and they had come to work with us, and they were sharing about their life. And the husband said that they were thankful that they got the opportunity to work with us that day, and they said, Mukhandu, kam paile to khawole pai, aro kam napa din to khawole napai. That was the thing that they told me. And back then I was very young. I was about 21, 22, and that really hit me hard. And since then, I decided that our vision will be about helping the farmers and then the youth. And since then, we have been working on that. But to begin with, when we first said we will help the farmers and we started our initiative, only one farmer came forward to work with us. Only one. In 2015, she was an old lady, an old Sema lady. Like, she was the only one who said, "Tikase, we will work together." And we started working together with her. She was a very generous and kind lady, I would say. And that's how we started working with farmers. And by God's grace, as of today, we work with over thousands of farmers covering different districts of Nagaland, and we also work with farmers outside Nagaland as well. And when we started this initiative in 2017 about training or imparting knowledge to the young people so that they will have the skills or the knowledge so that when they pass out they can look for something, only one joined again. Only one part-timer joined. He was a college student. He was doing PSC. I think he was PSC second year at that time. Only one joined. So what we did was, we gave him all the informations that we could, potentially provide him about our visions, about our dreams, about the youth, what we are trying to do. And surprisingly, after a few weeks, 23 students followed him. So after that, we had about 24 students who were working with us as part-timers. And then the years following, we used to have about 50 to 60 part-timers, college students. These are college students who would come and work with us pre-pandemic. I got to a point where we had to rent a special place for them to work because we were getting too cramped up. We also, as of now, we also provide internship to potential and hardworking young people. By God's grace, we have been able to provide not just to the local, but also national. And as of now, we're also providing internship to international youth through the mentorship of a UN UNTAD program called APEDA. We're getting a mentorship through that. And through that mentorship, we are also providing internship to the young people, both local, national, and international as well. Just another experience, since it's about sharing experience. During the pandemic, when I said we started our processing unit in 2020, just after we started, after 1 month, there was the total lockdown. So for 18 months, our unit was like totally shut down. We couldn't run. We invested all our savings. We also took huge loan. We also got, yes, definitely, we also got grants and help from the ministry. But, we invested, I invested to the last penny that I had in my saving accounts as well. And the first few months, it was very challenging for me and also for the team because I really did not know what to do. The pressure from the farmers, the pressure from the banks, the pressure from, also, worrying about my team members, about, the employees. So what we did was, instead of just complaining or being locked up in a room and complaining, what we did was we started an initiative. I approached a lot of organizations, NGOs like Nagaland Organic Connect, Entrepreneurs Guild, and a lot of self-help groups and street vendors. And through that, what we did was we started an initiative to market fresh products, which we had never done before. But we said, we just cannot sit idly, so let's do this. And we started this initiative in a very small way. First, we started with a few vegetables and, few vegetables. It was just, chilies and squashes and this and that. And over time, it grew to a point where we were able to market about 5 metric tons of vegetables and spices per day. We were doing home delivery to our people. And the reason why we started home delivery was we saw this problem of the essential goods prices going up day by day. It was a struggle, and even to go and buy was a struggle because the first lockdown was very strict, and we decided that we will intervene in this and help not just the farmer but also our consumer as much as possible. We started free home delivery, and over time, like I said, we were delivering about 5 metric tons a day. And at the end of the initiative, when we look back, we had helped over 7,000 farmers here in Nagaland. And we also generated 60 extra employment full-time through this initiative. And we were able to generate another, hundreds of employment in the farm level. The caterers, the loadings, and all those included, we were able to generate over hundreds of employment in the farm level as well. So these are some of the activities that my team has been doing, who are really passionate about helping the farmers and then the young people. And I hope that even in the coming days, we will be, hopefully and praying that we will be able to do more to help our people. With that, I think I will end my sharing here, just sharing a little bit of experience about my journey and also what we did during the pandemic. So yeah, with that, I end. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you so much, Lanwa Kamimchin. In fact, your experiences are really very inspiring. And then both the experience sharing, it is really inspiring. It is really incredible in the context of Nagaland, because what I feel is, especially in a state like Nagaland, the entrepreneurs to come to certain stage, it is really very difficult. It really needs a determination and commitment, and both of you have shown so much. And I should say that both of you have now become not only at the national level, but then even international level. You have become the feeder of these multimillionaires corporate services. And I am sure with your inspiration, many entrepreneurs will come up, and then this will take the state along with the rest of the country. Thank you. Now, I would like to call upon Sri Uday Pandit, the Liaison Officer, Coffee Board of India, to take time.
Respected Joint Director, Industries and Commerce, Deputy Director, Industries and Commerce, diocese on dignitaries on diocese, persons from different organizations, participants, and our dear media bandhu. Very, very warm good morning to all of you. And as you have listened, our two of entrepreneur of Nagaland. So one thing, I start with quote of the Richard Candylon, who is called father of entrepreneurship. Told that entrepreneur are not born. Entrepreneur are not born but made. Everything happens in this earth and being done by somebody, man. And somewhere, if something is coming, that is the willpower and their hard work. So thank you, sir, for sharing your experience. And today, as I were told to share prospect in coffee, and it's good opportunity for me here, and so I will discuss step by step what are the possibilities, what are the challenges, what we can do for development of coffee in Nagaland, and what we are doing actually. Before that, you must be aware of some of the few facts of world and our India, and then we will come to the Nagaland. So all of you know that world is changing very rapidly. Right now, time is of media, mass media, so everybody is aware about the information. So competition everywhere is increasing. If you have to sustain in the world market, you must be aware. You must be updated with the latest knowledge, latest technologies, and right time information. It is very important. And you also know earlier world was mostly, you can say, unipolar, America and Russia, and now the power is also being shared either in the trade or any other things. So now world is moving towards the multipolar world. So in this multipolar world, India has also many opportunities that we should must take the advantage. And if we have to compete in the world market in any crops, and we have to be very strategic and must have a clear vision. So unless and you don't have vision, you cannot go forward. Coffee is also a highly well traded crops, you all are aware, and it is 70% consumption is done by our developed countries, but its production is happening in developing countries, mostly around your equator area, that is our coffee region, and consumptions that is taking place above the equator region. So it's you can say this is crop of the developing world, and developing world has advantage to grow the coffee and export in the world market. If you see, coffee is almost growing in 80 countries. In 80 countries, 50 countries are more significant in productions, and so for country like India, we have a huge export potential, and coffee is not a new crop to India. It has been started earlier during the British period, around 19th century. So since that time we are growing coffee, and you might be aware about the history of the coffee also, that how the 7 seeds came to the Chandragiri Hill, Baba Budans, and from there it expanded to almost, you can say, 4.6 lakh hectare area. Till now, current data is in 350 years, it has extended to India's 4.65 lakh hectare. So you can see how robust it is. And so robust, our Nagaland people, it has an advantage, very much advantage, that I will tell you later. So some facts about Indian coffee scenario, that India is right now 7th largest producer, and it is approximately producing 3.4% of the world share in coffee, and 6th largest exporter, and with 4.6%. Area under coffee in India right now, earlier I told you, 4.6 lakh hectare, and holdings is about 3.92 lakhs, of which 99% are small holdings. So in coffee also, most of the growers are small and marginal farmers, although big farmers are also involved. But and production, as per the 2021 data, we have 3.3 lakhs metric tons. This is the recent data, and if you see the average national productivity of India, it is about 800 kg per hectare. And especially if you come to Nagaland, it is quite low. For Arabica, we have 90 kg per hectare, and for Robusta, somewhat more. And export potential, if you see the India export potential this year, 2021, 3.11 lakh metric tons, and we have generated a revenue of 5,452 crore. About, you can say, 2 million people employed directly or indirectly through the agriculture, either starting from your farm to fork. 2 million people means 20 lakh people are involved there. And if you see the production in India, that is our 70% of coffee is being produced in Karnataka alone. So mostly 3 districts of the Karnataka is producing that much of the coffee. And after that, Kerala about 20%, and Tamil Nadu 5%, followed by our non-traditional area. These are called traditional area, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And non-traditional area, or your Odisha and Andhra area, that is recently introduced there. So they are about 3.4%. Now coming to our northeastern region, it is about 0.5%, you can see. It is about 0.5%, so still We are not even able to reach 1% for the whole Northeast. So still we have a lot of potential. And now I will discuss prospect in coffee, why we should grow coffee, what is the advantage of growing coffee. So first thing is that coffee has immense value for value additions. In coffee crop, you have a lot of possibility of value additions starting from your farm level. Means starting from your farmer, they can also do some value addition by making proper blocking, by making proper planting, because coffee taste differs. If your own block is intercropping is different, other blocks intercropping different, from there you can start your value additions. And it is up to the finally the retailer level, up to that level you also can aid the. So coffee has many faces, not only this what we are seeing there in the field, but it has many phases. And second thing that I have seen in Nagaland and also in the Northeast also, it is a viable alternative to the shifting cultivations. You can say most of the people are still growing paddy in the rural areas, and they are dependent on subsistence farming mostly. So if you are doing that things, and if you are compared with the coffee, it is much more profitable, I am telling you. Besides that, it also has high value plantation crop of the global significance. Other crops, though, it is not guaranteed that it will be exported or not, but at least your coffee is traded globally. It already, routes are channelized, things are settled. So once you come in the streamline, once our production system come in the streamline, then our distribution system will automatically absorb that things. But still our production is very less, so we have to do a lot of difficulty for marketing also. Third thing that is very important is changing consumption patterns. In India also you can see everywhere coffee shops, coffee restaurant, everything is opening. Now our younger generation, they are more crazy of your coffee than tea. And demand among all the working population is increasing slowly. So if you are planting coffee, you are safe because future is bright. Third thing, that's is in Nagaland. I have seen last year. I have seen that data. Second highest unemployment in India, 21%. That is, our youth are highly unemployed. So it provides jobs for both your farmers also, your unskilled also, as well as skilled people also. But for that you require the training. Anything, if you get a skill, you have to go through the training. Nowadays, people's disposable income is increasing. So people are right now investing on the consumption. So they can move easily towards the coffee. If coffee is there, coffee is available, they will demand, they will prefer the coffee things. Another thing that is very important with the coffee is it is ecologically viable, because our most of the coffee now in India, everywhere coffee is grown only under the shade. So it requires at least 50 to 60% shade. Means if you are planting the coffee, means you are saving your at least 50 to 60% your jungle tree, 50% your land area, and thus you can save your biodiversity also at local level, and you can manage it easily. Another thing that is very important is it is economically sustainable, I am telling you, because although gestation period is more, but once it is established, means it will give you the regular revenue for coming, in case of Arabica, 70 to 80 years. Once you plant the coffee, it will go for 70 to 80 years in case of Arabica. And it's every year bearing fruit, not like that alternate or anything. So once you plant the fruit, coffee tree, it will go up to 70 to 80 years. And in Robusta, so even more than 100 years also, somewhere seen. So it will sustain our rural economy as well as our unemployed youth also, if they involve in the marketing, value addition, other things. So every stage, starting from your farm to fork, there is a possibility of employment, revenue generations, And you can say that when, if you are doing intercropping, because coffee have another good thing that you can do intercropping also. Many crops you can grow with your coffee, like black pepper, jackfruit, areca nut, vanilla, large cardamom, many things, ginger you can also grow. Except few crops, you can take intercropping. So there is always potential for additional income also. Besides the coffee, you can grow other crop also. So it is not disturbing you. And third thing that is very important, you know, all the world is moving towards organic. So by default, our Naga coffee is natural and grown under the organic conditions. Still, I have visited almost all the districts of the Nagaland. They are not using any chemical fertilizer. So especially for coffee, I have not seen. Other crops, so I cannot say. So a lot of potential for organic certifications. So now I will come to the challenges. What are the challenges that we are facing here with the coffee? Is the most important challenge for us is long gestation period. Because once we say the farmers, you have to grow the coffee, then they think that immediately we will get something. But this is not like that. Once you plant the coffee, means after 5 years you will get something, but your gestation, your economic yield comes after 10 to 12 years. So this long gestation period you have to bet. And in this period, farmers become frustrated. They are searching here and there how I will survive for that. If I will plant the coffee, okay. But for 10 to 12, getting the fruit after 10 to 12 years is a problem. Second, another thing that they don't have also technical know-how, and technical know-how is very less because they somewhere that is very new. They are just planting by their own wish. And although we have given a lot of demonstration, we are going, we are changing. Situation right now changing, but still technical know-how is very less. And farmers are also what you call fear about the marketing facility everywhere, because most of the farms are scattered. You will find that it is somewhere in the Long Lane, somewhere in the Mon. In that, you from the main road you can go even the 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. So here is a scattered landform system in your Nagaland. No? So in Nagaland, getting compact area is very difficult, and but we should try that. Farmer will do in the compact area, and they will make a group. Third thing is the productivity, as I have already discussed. That is, our productivity is less. Whatever people are growing right now, they are putting stage hedges, but productivity is less, about 90 kg per hectare. Almost 10 times is our national productivity. So it's also a challenge. They have to make the proper technical arrangement. They should learn the things from our expert scientists and our extension workers. And timely informations in the rural area, most of the farms is rural area only, so timely information they are not getting. So we are analyzing the things right now through WhatsApp and other, but still that is not that much effective. So we have some way forward also, where there is hope. There is work, so we are working with hopes, and we can do stakeholder meet also, because coffee has a lot of potential with intercropping. So if persons from different organizations like Varietal Institutes, KVK, Atma, if we all will work together, it is possible. It's possible to grow the coffee with high revenue generations, and another things that requires is marketing and promotion of the Nagaland coffee, that our department along with the land resource that is working, and but it should be advertised more, because still people are not aware that where we should give the coffee, how it will be marketed. So whenever we used to go to the field, still channel is there, but they told us I don't know. So in this area, I have seen that everywhere right now the land resource department has, in their department they are storing the coffee right now. It's a good step by the department. And we can do the community group-based market infrastructure. If we have the community based on the, because our most of the land system based on the clan system. So if you are working in community in your clan's land, then it will be better, because if you have a small farms, then you cannot mechanize the things. But you have the larger farms, everything is well. You will get the economy of scale of that things. Besides that, regular training and updation of the farm with the latest technology is required here. And one more thing that many people fear, that if I will take the coffee. No, coffee is beneficial. If you take in the moderate level, 2 to 3 cups daily, it will be beneficial for health. But so I will request the government to disseminate the information about the positive impact of the coffee and the health. And regarding machineries also, we are finding problems. So they can develop the custom hiring center where they can purchase the purchase the equipment for the time being, and they can use on the community basis also, and they can return that after that. Another thing that is very important is possibility of GI tagging, because everywhere you see GI tagging being done for the many commodities. So lastly also 5 coffee types in the Karnataka that has got GI tagging. So our Nagaland coffee can also get, because we all are growing under the natural condition, organic condition. Our coffee is already best rated coffee in the world. That was told by many our cup tester. So we have the possibility of GI tagging also. And another thing, that possibility we have massive eco certification. Eco certification we can easily get if we do the things in group. No? So for that also we are making some pilot project in Khar, and Khar. If that is successful, then we will expand it to the other areas. And involvement of the Land Resource Department of Nagaland, vision to expand the coffee for 50,000 hectares by 2030. It's a good step, and right now wave is coming out from the whole Nagaland. So we are also cooperating them, and but this is the development phase actually. It will, once you develop the coffee, doesn't mean that it will always survive. After the development phase, you mostly take care of your support in the terms of your microcredit, financial help farmers require, because 10 years they will not wait. So persons from different financial institutions, I will request that if some coffee farmers goes to your farms, please help them. And after that, there will be sustenance phase. Once it is established, means sustenance is very important, because in 1980 already we have seen the failure, but right now things have changed. And so during that stage, we will require the training in the post-harvest management, training in entrepreneurship development also. You can do the training in value addition also. So we can develop the entrepreneur also. Besides growing the coffee with the farmers, we have a lot of potential in coffee for entrepreneurship, because if you see the production stage is only 10%. If you are producing the coffee, you have brought the raw coffee to your farm, it is only 10%, and it is 90% is your after that. So in that 90%, a lot of knowledge, a lot of entrepreneurship is there. And third thing is involvement of the mass media. Mass media will be very important, because it is, you can say it is almost a new crop, and with the new way we are starting, so we need to advertise the things that you consume the coffee locally. And lastly, I will conclude with that if you want a dynamic, diversified and sustainable economy in Nagaland, coffee cultivation will be an ensuring way with high export potentials. So if you want coffee to sustain, and if you want coffee to remain in Nagaland with high export potential, we have to cooperate our farmers at every level, because mostly they are rural peoples. When we are going to the farms, they have a lot of confusion, a lot of things that it will come, sir, yeah, it will not come, sir. After 10 years, if I will cut down the tree, then what will you benefit? No, things is changing right now in the whole world, and market is right now not a problem at all. You can contact with me also. You can contact with the land resource department also. Although we have stopped our marketing things, but we can always, anytime we can start the things. So in Nagaland, if we want our sustained economy, you can say coffee must be an ensuring crop. And thank you very much for your, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Uday Pandit, for highlighting about coffee, how to grow and then how to, trade with these new products. In fact, coffee is going to be the next product in Nagaland after this Naga chili or pineapple, because it seems the Arabica type, this is one of the highest quality that is derived, and then the soil fertility of Nagaland, it matches well with the with this production. That is what we heard. So in future also, like we will be coming to you for your guidance. Thank you. Now we will have the next speaker, Mr. Pradeep Paita. He is from GRO Export Import Bank. And then before he takes his time, we would like to felicitate him. So sir, can you kindly accept the Okay, thank you. Now I would like to give the time to sir to take his time.
A very good morning to all of you. At the onset, I will convey my best wishes to all the young faces which I see in the audience. All the very best to all of you whosoever are entrepreneurs or are going to become entrepreneurs. Best of luck for your near future. So I am Pradeep Kumar Paita. I am Regional Head, Exim Bank of India. As Mr. Uday Pandit told, that this world is now entirely dependent upon information. And if you want to become successful in this world, then you have to keep yourself informed. So I know Exim Bank or India Exim Bank, most of you might not be aware what it does. Here I am to share the products and services which is being offered by Exim Bank, and any of the entrepreneurs whose business fits within the mandate of Exim Bank can avail the services of Exim Bank. It may happen that most of the product and services may not be applicable to you now because your business may be at a very nascent stage, but in future you can avail the services when you grow your own business. So Exim Bank was set up under an Act of Parliament in 1981. It is 100% owned by Government of India, and it is rated at par with the Government of India. So what is the implication of Exim Bank rating at par with Government of India is that whenever Exim Bank goes overseas to raise capital, they are the interest rate based on which we are able to raise the resources is basically on the rating of Exim Bank. So it is rated at par with the government. So whosoever investor is giving money to us, they consider Exim Bank as the Government of India. So this rating has a very important role to play. We have a policy role formation and also export projection selection under economic diplomacy. So we have our 10 domestic offices spread across India and 9 overseas offices. Our head office is in Mumbai, and we almost all the countries in this world, you can find that Exim Bank has given some or the other form of assistance to any company in almost all the parts of the world. So initially when in 1981 when India Exim Bank was set up, it was basically product centric approach. But with the passage of time, with gaining experience and with the observations of all the stakeholders, we have changed our approach from product centric approach, and now we have come to customer centric approach. In customer centric approach, it includes all the different types of services that are required by an exporter. So it is a comprehensive range of product and services at all stage of export business cycle. We have different types of products and services. Some of the products and services I would like to highlight. And as I told that any of your business fits within the mandate of Exim Bank, you can avail the services of Exim Bank now, if not now, in future also. So we give lines of credit, buyer's credit, project exports, term loans, working capital, export product development, export facilitation, overseas investment finance, R&D finance. So to touch upon the main product of Exim Bank, lines of credit, most of you at some point of time would have read in newspaper or would have seen in news channels that Government of India has extended line of credit to Bangladesh, for example. So this is a loan given by Government of India to Government of Bangladesh, but that is routed through Exim Bank. So when Exim Bank is giving the loan to Government of Bangladesh, our loan is guaranteed by Government of India. So this is G2G business. This is line of credit. We have project exports. Like earlier, the Indian contractors, they were not bidding for international tenders. They were not bidding in the tender process of other countries because they were aware that if they go for bidding and if they get selected for executing a contract in Bangladesh or in any other overseas countries, how they are going to execute it, they will be requiring huge amount of fund. So we have this product called project exports, under which it enables the Indian contractor to secure bid in other countries. So whatever the fund is required for the completion of the project in the other countries, we will study the viability of the project and we will help the Indian contractor. We have newly introduced one program called Ubharte Sitare. Ubharte Sitare, the name itself signifies it is rising stars. So those young entrepreneurs or companies whose product is very unique, but they are not able to find the export market because of some of the inconvenience in terms of raising fund or technology. So if those type of companies are there, we study the viability of those companies and we try to help them. Not necessarily be giving term loans, we also try to help them by putting equity investment in those companies. If required, we also give grant to those companies. So it is a permutation combination of all the three things. Either it is a loan, either it is equity investment or a grant for the success of the company. So this is a new product which has been launched. So any of you are interested in this program, you can get in touch with us. The other is overseas investment finance. So we generally, obviously, when you start as a budding enterprise, you generally focus on the local demand and then you go out of state and then at a national level. But at times when you grow up, then you think that now your market is overseas, outside. And for meeting the demand of the overseas market, you not necessarily be having the manufacturing facility in India. You may need the manufacturing facility in overseas. So for example, if you want to have a manufacturing unit in Bangladesh, so it is an overseas investment finance. So we have a finance program called Overseas Investment Finance, wherein through this program we can infuse equity in the company in which you will be procuring in overseas, that is in Bangladesh or any other country. That is overseas investment fund. It is a very special program, and I don't think that overseas equity investment is given by any other commercial banks or any other lenders. Other program, like all other banks have, we have export-oriented units. Under this, we are financing export-oriented units. Finance is extended not only to the companies in manufacturing sectors, but also the service sectors having foreign exchange earnings. Purpose of these financings includes modernization, upgradation, diversification programs of existing export-oriented units and for setting up of export-oriented units. Loan can be extended in Indian rupees as well as in dollars or any other foreign currency that may be available to Exim Bank at the time of your application. A minimum promoter margin is stipulated at 20%. Then we have production equipment finance. For example, if you need one equipment which needs to be imported from other countries to increase the capacity of your business, you can avail the services of Exim Bank under this program, that is production equipment finance program or import finance program. Purpose of financing includes debottling and import of plant and machinery. Loan can be extended, as I told in my earlier product, it can be either in Indian rupees, dollar or any other international currencies that will be available with Exim Bank. A minimum promoter margin of 10% is generally stipulated. We have also one product called research and development. Under this program, any company who is in the field of research, because see, once an innovative, for bringing out an innovative product, you have to do a research. And during the research, you might need be incurring revenue expenditure. So during that incubation period, to help you, to assist you, we can assist those type of company which is in the incubation period of a differentiated product by way of giving loan. And also we also cover the revenue expenditure, the expenditure, day-to-day expenditure which is required during the research of that particular product. So loan can be extended, as I told, Indian rupee, dollar loan or any other currency loan. Repayment and tenure can be suitably structured and export. So after the research and development is done and the final product has come out, it is expected that the export orientation of more than 20% has to be done from that product. Then we also have one group called Research and Analysis Group in our head office. This group generally research on different economies, different products that are prevalent in other countries as well as in different parts and as well as in different states. What are the potential that is available in the different states? So any entrepreneur who is willing to export its product in different countries, or who is willing to know the potential of a particular state, they may go through the research papers which is published on our web portal. You can go and easily access. So once again, as I told that in the very beginning, that nowadays information is the only thing that is that will have a important role in this present world. So all these research papers are available. You can go through it. Whatever the research paper that is applicable to your product, or whichever the country which is applicable for your product to be exported, you can understand the economies of those countries, you can understand the potential of the state, and you can work upon it. We have another product called Grassroots Initiative and Development, that is GRID. This is basically for creation of export capability in the grassroots enterprises. It helps in enhancing purchasing power of the people who are at the bottom of the pyramid. It is basically supporting the NGOs and self-help groups and helps in providing export linkages. It helps in poverty reduction through export linkages. Under this program, we carry out different workshops and training programs for the small, micro and grassroots enterprises engaged in handicraft or artisan products, including agri-based products. We have also called marketing advisory services. So marketing advisory services, basically under this scheme, many of the young entrepreneurs or many of very small help groups, they might be having some unique product, but they don't know how to sell their product in the international market. So under this program, that is marketing advisory services, we help those self-help groups or those small MSMEs companies to get linkage with the distributor overseas or the retail outlet chains in the overseas. So they can find the market not only from the local, but they can also go to the export in the overseas market. As I told that we have 9 overseas offices. So these offices also helps in finding suitable distributor or retail chains from where you can get orders and you can sell the products to the overseas countries. The other product is Exim Mitra. This is not a product, but this is a web portal. It is very much beneficial to the entrepreneurs or the exporters and importers. This web portal is basically designed to provide all type of information with respect to export and import. If you access this portal, as the name Exim Mitra suggests, that a friend of exporter and importer. So from this web portal you will be able to understand what the product which you are going to export, what are the insurance that might be applicable to those products, what are the taxes, duties that may be applicable to the product which you are going to sell to the overseas market. Also, there are countries where they have put some products under negative list. So you might be having a product that that name might be in the negative list. So you may not be able to sell that product to that particular country. So all lot of information are available on this web portal. You can access this web portal and you can have knowledge of what are the things applicable for exports with respect to your product, which are the countries where you can export, and all those things. So if any of your queries which you don't find any solution on the web portal, there is a separate place where you can put your query, and you in a day or two our head office team can revert back to the query if that query is not available on that portal. So this is all about Exim Bank. Once again, I wish all the very best to the existing entrepreneurs as well as the budding entrepreneurs. And whenever, if you think that your product, your business fits within the mandate of Exim Bank, you can surely approach us. We will help to guide you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep Paita. We will be looking forward to your assistance. And then when we talk about this development or trading, commerce, for any entrepreneur to come up, the bankers are always the most important one. And today, we have from the Exim and for our state, we have in Sri T.S. John Mongsang, the Chief Manager, Sales and Business Development, SBI Regional Business Office. We're so thankful to you for being here, and then even we would like to felicitate him. So if he can kindly come up. Now I would like to call upon our Chief Manager to take your time.
It's still not yet 12, so good morning to everyone. Respected Joint Director, Industries and Commerce, Lipongse Tongser, and Deputy Director, Industries and Commerce, Hojeto K. Shuke, and to present on the dais our dignitaries here, and most important of all, I would say, the successful entrepreneurs already here, and the aspiring entrepreneurs who are present here. My best wishes. And thank you, Industries and Commerce, for giving me this chance. Let me, I just came across one quotation by a famous person. Say, thank you to those who said no to you when you asked for help. Because of them, you had to do it yourself. There was something, and I think this relates totally to the entrepreneurs. And you have come up to this level because of you yourself, and you have to trust yourself. In fact, this week, Vanijya Utsav is celebrated all over India. This program started by the government of India to boost trade and exports. The main focus is trade and exports. And let me quote the tweet by PM Narendra Modi. Only those who have eaten the king chili will know how spicy it is. He said that when Nagaland exported king chili from Tening Parent district to London on 28/7/2021, this is one of the landmark achievement for us, for our state. When that export news came in the newspaper, we at the State Bank of India, we wanted to know if we have done something for that or not. We were involved in it or not. So we followed up with the KCC for the farmers. That is now how we have to function as a bank for to support our society. Likewise, we have recently conducted a cluster finance for beekeeping in Mima village, Jakama, for 27 beekeepers. And along that, we are focusing on this RSETI, Jaluki, that is Regional Self-Employment Training Institute run by SBI. And few days ago, we had handed over this training completion certificate and in principle loan sanction to 28 trainees who have successfully completed piggery training. So this is how we are moving now. In fact, as I'm from SBI, I'm quoting our SBI thing, but bank as a whole, as per Government of India instruction, we have various schemes for promotion and assistance to our farmers and entrepreneurs. And I would come to that, in fact, bank, I was promoting all these because the entrepreneurs, farmers, these are basis of economy, and bank, our government is always coming up with so many yojana and schemes. So now, lack of finance should be not a problem of the bank, but it is. We will blame you if you are not coming to us. We will blame the entrepreneurs if you are not coming to the banks. PMEGP scheme, I think this is not a new scheme. It has been since 15-20 years back. Mudra started from 2015-16, is available with every bank. KCC is almost like Independence since that time it is there. Finance to SSG under National Rural Livelihood Mission, bank has that scheme also. And Stand Up India in 2000.